Hello from Kirksville, Missouri, and good afternoon. Uh, Hello, Sherry. All right, we've got two people out there. I'll kind of wait around, let people get here. Um, and of course, this is Rant and Randy's Rant for the 28th day of May. The sad part is we've already reached that 100,000 deaths. And the pitiful thing is, uh, their commander in chief can't even do anything but tweet about it. He's too busy putting an executive order out to go against social media. They can't put him in fact checking. Shit, what are we going through? What am I experiencing? What have I seen of other activists? And what are they experiencing from the asshole Zuckerberg? Saying that you can't do that if you have a company like Twitter, yet he's doing it. He's doing it to the left. I don't know how many memes, videos, and everything else that are being taken down because of Zuckerberg. And they're on the left. They don't bother with the right. That's what they mean when they say you shouldn't bother with fact checking things. Well, they politifax people on Facebook like me, on my group, and other groups. I'm an administrator on Enough, and Enough has had that, where they take down posts or suggest it's partially false. Give me a fucking break. I don't know who I'm maddest at today. He is certainly in here. He's nothing but a coward. Let's start off with today's page. And it looks like the regime is going after social media companies in the guise of limiting what amounts to the right being able to suppress the truth. And that's what Donald's all about. He's about suppressing the truth. I'm going to check into a meme that I saw where he takes Hitler's words in The Art of the Deal, talking about lying, and that if you lie enough, people will believe it. Of course, I'm going to check that out because I have a feeling that one's going to get taken down. And what is going on Facebook, whether they like it or not, is they promote misinformation through the FCC. Now, what Donald wants is nobody can criticize him. Give me a fucking break. And like I said, I saw this on CNN. Trump tweets sympathies stokes culture wars. The only president in history not vocally to face the American people. He has no sympathy, or because he has no empathy. He will not unify this country. He doesn't want to unify this country. He's about dividing the country. Republicans. And that's another thing I want to beat on today. It's the damn Republican Party. You're a bunch of damn hacks working for him. Why? Money, baby. That's what it's about. That's the reason they are going around. And I heard this story this morning about the Pennsylvania State House, where a Republican, they felt they would be going against the HIPAA law if they didn't have to give the identity. That's not what the Democrats want. What they wanted was to know who and where, I mean, not who, but where they were on the floor and how many people they could have possibly spread it to, but they kept it a big secret. Why is it Republicans are always into scandal, hiding facts, anything they can think of? The money behind it, baby. That's why it pays off to hide shit. And I just covered that. And what it was, Pennsylvania House Majority Leader held back information about a Pennsylvania state representative, last name Lewis, that tested positive for COVID-19. They kept it back because they were afraid they were going to break the law if they said anything about it. Really? You asshats know all the tricks. Zuckerberg has a lot of nerve claiming Twitter shouldn't fight against against their president and his. We all know that misinformation. His platform is guilty of fact checking the left. I don't ever see anything on the right they're fact checking. Of course, we don't hang around right wing bullshit sites. And we see what's happening to us every day, where they are suppressing truth and call it partial truth or partly false. I remember that from one, or actually two different posts on Enough. I know of personal videos by an activist, and we all know her too, have been taken down. They allowed the first part when she was going to answer questions. They quickly took it down and claimed she took it down, was the wording in what I saw. That wasn't true. And what it told me is it was unavailable because I wasn't a part of the audience. That's pure bullshit. I guess they think people so stupid they can't figure it out. If I'm seeing the first video, why would I not see the second one? Because she was talking bad things about Trump. Shit. Oh, I wanted to take this time before I get into this and try to hit some bullet points on the remainder. My big thing right now is I am all for peaceful protest in Minneapolis, but there is no reason in the world to turn it into a riot, burn businesses, and loot stores. That is not a part of what George Floyd himself would want to be happening. What the peaceful demonstration is about is arrest the policeman involved. Another strange thing about the story is, too, did they put them on administrative leave while they investigate? Hell no, they just fired 4 of them right out. That's not right. That's not normal. Okay, let's get down to it. And I also want to beat the hell out of Mitch the rich bitch, McConnell. He has become a millionaire because he's been in there so many years. He's always got his hand out to the lobbyists. I'll take your money and you'll get what you want. And at the time I wrote this, there wasn't one word from Donnie about the 100,000 deaths. And what's he doing? He's out tweeting, retweeting a story about this is all about social change or control of you with the mask. No, it's not. What that is, the mask is a symbol of freedom. You dumbasses on the right. You don't get it? I protect you. You protect me. In other words, you have no respect for me. Don't you ever come up to me and tell me to take my mask off. If I'm in a store, I'm going to call the store's attention to it to see about getting you out of the store. Cuomo reminding everyone how Donnie reacted during his excuse me, his lack of response during the whole pandemic. Remember, it was 5 at first, and they were all recovering. Then it was 15, and we're almost down, and that would soon be down to 0. He doesn't want you to remember that bullshit. And some news on Kaylee McAdonny Weenie. She's voted for the last 10 years by mail. They're hypocrites. Total hypocrite. He's voted by mail, but his excuse is good. You asshole. Rachel, Fox News on its website, way down the page is mention of the 100,000 deaths. At the very top was the war between Pelosi and Trump. Yeah, that's more important than people finding out that that's really 100,000 deaths that was marked yesterday. And the bold headlines was Pelosi versus Trump. And all they do at Fox News, Bullshit Mountain, is push division. And that's their us versus them mentality. Are you shitting me? Damn. Although it is not surprising, another milestone, and their president says nothing. He ain't got the nerve to say anything. He doesn't have any empathy, so he can't vocalize. He can only tweet. Tweety turd. And also on Rachel, 20 U.S. states reported an increase in new cases of COVID-19 for the week of May 24th. Alabama has seen an increase in new cases of 28%. Montgomery has run out of ICU beds, sending their overflow to Birmingham, which isn't in good shape either. Shit. Nebraska Governor Ricketts was handling plenty of, saying what he was saying was they had plenty of hospitals, fill up the beds rather than do anything about the problem. Now he's waiting until Friday to see if hospitals can get extra staff because their hospitals are filling up. Shit, you can't make this shit up. And this is every day of the week. Is wake up. Got another nightmare going. Minnesota and Arizona are having problems. Omaha, Arizona hospital reaches capacity, transfers patients elsewhere. Omaha Hospital had 60 patients with COVID-19. Chief Medical Officer, it's a 300 increase in 2 weeks. That's what you get under governors that are Republicans. They ignore the problem, just let it grow. We'll get over it. At least we'll open the businesses. Shit. Arkansas state logs 6-day of 3-digit case gains. Health secretary just quit. Iowa, number of COVID-19 patients at Sioux City's 2 hospital reaches a new daily high. Dakota City, Nebraska, an outbreak at Tyson Fresh Meats plant. All 4,300 workers at the largest U.S. beef plant have been tested, but the company and the state and the local public health officials on both sides of the Missouri River have refused to release the total number of positive cases. They're cats in a litter box. They cover up. Shit. Yeah, that's what they're covering. Shit. They don't want you to know the truth. And need I remind you, these are states with Republican governors. They're just as guilty as Donnie. They're in cover-up mode. Sioux City's 2 hospitals are full. That Dakota City plant is still operating. With all this going on, they're still operating. Shit. Iowa will not report until 10% of employees have tested positive before, according to Governor Kim Reynolds, they will report. Wait till it's a big problem, then we'll report it. Boy, that's some action on it, ain't it? The George Floyd killing, discussed with Minnesota Public Radio reports. This is from Rachel. Why is the chief fired the 4 officers, like I was talking about before? That is not normal procedure. They would suspend them with pay during the investigation. They just outright fired these. There's something that stinks about that. What is that? Give them a running head start to get out of town, get out of the state? Shit, you have to wonder. Oh, let me look over here. I didn't jack it up all the way because if I do, I'm afraid I'll leave my end stream button down at the bottom. Hello, D. Hello, Brian. Hello, Emma. And Sherry, I said hello to. She was the first one here today. Hello, Virginia. All right. It looks like the crowd has increased. And I also know if you're new here, please make note of the fact is I would like you to go down and like and share. I personally, from this site, I cannot do a share if I want to. I have to do it down to the groups that I did it to today, which was fewer than I usually do. But some groups that I've been getting response on Facebook, I figured that I would have the live version for them today. Also, you can see me on Facebook for those that are new, and I know there are views that never make comments or anything else. Just like the other day, I had 555 views above. I'm never going to run that many that like or share or whatever on Facebook, but I get quite a few on YouTube that I know that they're seeing this, but I don't know if they can comment or anything else. Quite a few cannot comment. I don't know why that is. Donnie said he quit taking hydroxychloroquine, he says. And then he had to follow it up with, you had a study in France, you had a study in Italy, that there were incredible studies. France has banned the drug for COVID-19 patients. Yeah, Not hurting anybody, but they're banning it because it's not meant for COVID-19 patients. Donnie doesn't get that. Him and his friends are too invested in that drug. Uh, and Rachel reminded us last night the U.S. Coronavirus death toll highest in the world as it surpassed 100,000. I think it's right at 101,000 today. Antibody test is uncertain how effective it is. And also, some of the testing is not all that reliable. There are people that tested negative, and maybe it's because they caught it the next day, but then they test positive. In other words, on the test, some of the tests they have out there, they need to test you twice to find out if you're getting a negative or you're getting a positive. That's not good. The last word started with the moment of silence, and the New York Times scrolling a list of the dead. And I heard that that list of the dead would take up 42 hours of airtime on a show like The Last Word to show them all. Their president said nothing about the surpasses 100,000 deaths. Biden acted presidential yesterday. And I didn't write down all he said, but I was proud of him. He acted like a president. I'll just give you what he closed with. We all grieve with you. And what did Donnie do? He went to Florida for a photo op, and a rocket launching that didn't happen been put off till Saturday. Oh, and he was too busy. And I also noticed that when he spoke down there, he also would be looking into the George Floyd case. Yeah, and that's what I'm telling people right now. You're playing, if you go out there and you loot stores and you burn buildings and businesses, you're playing in to Donnie's hands. Donnie would like nothing better than to slap martial law on this country, and you would be helping out with that. This is not the time. I know people are mad, but you don't take the occasion to go loot stores. Shit. That takes away from everybody's sadness, everybody's grief. And at this point, I am unhappy with Kirksville for the seemed relaxing, like it's over. They're believing the dumbass in the White House. And then he's out tweeting about they're trying to control you socially by wanting you to wear a mask, going against his own medical experts. Way to go, Donnie. You're really growing no base that way. You're just bringing out the mean and nasty that have always been for you. And Dr. Fauci said, I wear a mask to protect myself and others. And do any of you remember Little Big Man, the movie with Dustin Hoffman? The Indian that was the contrary. He would say hello for goodbye and goodbye for hello. Is that what Donald Trump is? He goes against his own health advisors. He's the contrary. And the stinkers in the Texas Supreme Court reject mail-in voting, that COVID-19 is not enough to be a disability alone. Shit. In other words, risk your life to vote. They're so confident of victory with Donnie Risk your life to vote. And now we come to McConnell. I don't want to forget about him before we break this thing up for the day. All he is about is the money. Number one, what are they pushing through in the last 2 weeks in the Senate? Judgeships for right wingers, some that have absolutely no experience, but with all Donnie's law scandals, they will come in right handy for defending him and his company and his taxes and anything else that comes up. They will protect people like Donald J. Trump. That's what it's been about. And as you know, there are so many openings because of McConnell's uh, objecting to Obama even picking one judge during 8 years. That's why there's a backup of them, and it figures this asshole plays the long game. He always has. That's what he's doing now. That's what he's always done. It's always stuffed my pockets full. And to hell with you. If you're not rich, you're not a part of the game. Shit. Well, I will let you go. Hello, D. Hello, Virginia. I think I already said hello, but I just wanted to make sure. I will be putting my memes out again today for this YouTube. I'm hoping that we are now at 150 subscribers. And last time I did it, we went from 149 to 150. So we are growing this group slowly for the Blue Dot family. And regardless of whether you help me on either one of my memes, I really would like to hear about your situation, whether you're in a red state or a blue state, and the situation you're in. That meme will be out. It was produced by my good friend Dave, and I'll also be attaching my PayPal.me information on here on YouTube and also on my public feed. I will put that information out. As I said, it is not a requirement as a Blue Dot family member that you donate. And all of you that know me know that I will still be out here. As long as I got a voice, I'm going to be speaking against the dumbass in the White House and all the fascists that he has in his government. How they've disassembled our democracy, and now he wants to take away freedom of speech from social media. Ain't gonna happen, Donnie. And let's beat him one more time just for the hell of it. He deserves it every day, all day long. All right, I will let you go with peace. Resist, persist, and insist that we get all the blue votes that we can get and vote blue from bottom up to the top of the ballot. We have to defeat this man, and a lot of it's going to have to be done locally to make sure in the future that we don't have these stinkers out here thinking they can just run the government because they're big business. I'm so sick of this shit. We're going to straighten out this country. We're going to flush the turd on November 3rd, and we're going to change the Senate. We're taking it back. We, the American people, are the majority, and we will straighten things out. And I'm positive of that. All right. Have a good evening. I may be in and out. I'm trying to work on my, at the meeting, I'm trying to work on figuring out my Discord where I can download it again. I would like to occasionally be in Discord to be on the show, but as it stands right now, I hadn't straightened that out. So I'm thinking I may take a little time on that. I've got some other projects that I'm working on, and I'll be on and off tonight. All right, have a good one. I will see you later, hopefully at the meeting for at least a little while. All right, have a good one. Bye bye. Share this shit, get it out there.